Thank you. My it's going in and out. There it is. Thank you. Okay, tonight is October 24th, 2022, our biannual meeting. Can I have everyone please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And please remain standing for a moment of silence for all those that sacrificed their lives for us to stand here for our country, for our state, and for our town. Thank you. All right, so I need a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. I need a motion. This thing's going in there. I need a motion to approve minutes from the October. Yep, this one's going in and out. Manny, give me that one down by you. So share it.
Need to plug it.
The batteries are probably going in on it. The sound is so good too.
When it works, it does.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. I need a motion to approve the minutes from the October 10th, 2022 Town Board meeting.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes.
I need a second.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. And I need a motion to approve the minutes from the October 10th, 2022 public hearing on the 2023 budget.
I make the motion to approve minutes from the October 10th, 2022 public hearing for the 2023 budget.
Need a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So moved. And I need a motion to authorize the payment of bills of $183,921.03.
I make a motion to pay the bills.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Supervisor updates. I guess, Mark, we could talk here. So on the Tomback building, if anybody hasn't seen, and I know most of everybody on the board has seen, they have started. They framed out the addition, which is going to be the recreational side of the building. They started sheathing it on Friday. They marked out all the interior cuts that have to be made for the plumbing. They have all the wood in place. The trusses should be coming this week. They probably would have been up there and finished the whole sheathing today, but of course the rain is delaying us a little now. But the plan is in 2 to 3 weeks tops to have the whole building enclosed. And then they're going to start doing some of the walkway exterior work. Then they'll be doing the fruit roofing and hopefully the siding and windows. The plan is to get it all enclosed within a couple months at the most before the bad winter comes. So they're right on schedule, and I haven't had any complaints yet with the guys we've used. I don't know if Dave wants to elaborate. I know he's been up there a few times too, but
We didn't have any what?
any major complaints with our contractors of any kind?
No, everything's been running, to my knowledge, been running very smoothly. The main guy has called, to go over some things that he was unclear about, but everything's been going very smoothly, and they've been moving along at a basically, I think, a good rate. I mean,
Yeah, we met there a couple times with our engineer and our architect, the building inspector and code enforcement officer and their foreman, and just going over the final details, because what's on the plan sometimes they're not 100% clear, so we want to make sure we're clear what they're doing, what we're responsible for and what they're responsible for. But right now we're on track. Hopefully February, March would be nice, but there's things we got to do inside the building even when they're complete, like put in the stoves and the refrigerators and cabinets, and there's other things we got to do. So I'm really shooting for more springtime as a time to open up the building if everything stays on track. So anybody have any questions on Tomback? But besides that, from my anything else on updates, just so you know, we had our second cruise ship company dock this past week, Libland Cruise Lines Expeditions. It went very well. Their first docking went very well. They attended the art show down at the train station, and that went very well. They're coming back this week, and November 1st will be the last cruise. That ship that's going to be coming and docking in Milton this year. But so far, everything has been going very smoothly. Again, thanks to all the highway department guys, for Dave, Councilman Zambito, for all his work, and Chief Kokoza also. Everybody's been chipping in, and we're learning as we go, but I think everything's been going pretty good. So besides that, I'll go over some of my correspondence, and Sheridan could probably talk about some of the recreational stuff that's going to go on, but that's in the correspondence. So I don't have any presentations tonight. Comments on the agenda? Anybody have comments on the agenda, Mark? Lindblad, Lindblad. Yep. It's Lindblad Expeditions. And the boat that was there was the National Geographic Sea Line. And that's the one they're using. Anybody else comments? Okay. So I don't know if you guys hopefully had time to go over to Vanderwater. This is our agreement with our attorneys. It's renewable every year for their rates. Yeah, and I know they're crazy rates, but that's what these guys get. Just to give public an idea, commencing January 1st, 2023, attorney work on behalf of the town at a rate of $2.25 per hour, and efficient management of the work would be advanced by the involvement of paralegals or legal assistants will be billed for their time at the rate of $140 per hour. When litigation arises, depending on the complexity, we might negotiate a higher rate. Let's hope not. But that's pretty much the agreement. It went up $25 an hour. So I need a motion to sign our agreement with our longtime attorneys, Vanderwater, who not only do the town's attorney, but they also do the planning board attorney and the ZBA attorneys. So I need a motion to sign the agreement, if you want me to.
I'll make a motion to sign the agreement.
And a second?
I'll second it.
And all in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Aye, so moved. Thank you. Okay, so open discussion for the town board. Does anybody have anything you want to talk about?
I just wanted to ask if there were any further issues with the buses down at the pier using Old Indian Trail, and if we should consider putting some signage up to avoid that.
Well, there's signage up. They just don't listen to it.
Okay.
We even got a sign up that says your GPS is wrong and turn around. And so we even tried to get blunt
You'd
with
think
it.
that one would get attention.
Right, so yeah, Gary Lazaroff at the Highway Department with Jerry, our chief, kind of came up with trying to get not only the signs up, but Jerry actually made a whole diagram with a GPS overhead signal of showing them the exact route they should be traveling. We sent it to the American Cruise Line, Libland. We sent it to the bus companies, and the next day they still tried to come down on the Indian Trail. So
6:30 Sunday morning, one came down after 2.
yep. So there, you know,
That's what I heard.
it's different drivers, but you would think they would just tell the drivers this in advance. That's why I asked Jerry to write up that whole, this is the route you should take. I guess it's not getting translated to them. It has been translated to the bus, to the American Cruise Line, and when they come down, they've been pretty good now. But it's just the bus company, so we got to get better. I don't know how we get better.
Well, I think it's still in the beginning phases. I mean, once, next season, they'll
Yeah.
be more in tune with everything. I think it'll get better.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with Councilman Sessa that we want to make sure it doesn't become even more of an issue. We've already had one problem with a tractor trailer, right? That came down and they had to fix a person's property. So we're working it out. Like you said, Dave, it's right in the beginning stages, so it's something that, you anticipate, and then you try to come up with a plan to fix it. And signage is one thing, and we'll see if they could actually read the sign. But, yeah, thank you.
Hey, Scott, I got a question.
Yeah.
Whatever happened with the weed farm, the Latin Road traffic and all that stuff?
Yeah, we met twice. I think Mark wrote an article about it this week. We met with John Weed and Erica Weed to go over some of the issues that we were getting complaints about. They fully took responsibility for what they thought needed to be done. John Weed, actually the next day, we met up at the location, and he already took down his corn maze and created about 80 more spots immediately. He has plans of making over 100 more spots next year to help. He also was open to hiring an additional off-duty officer, which he did. So they had 2 officers on, including their own staff. So it went well. I mean, they directed traffic pretty well. I didn't get any complaints. I know personally the chief was up there himself and said things were running a little smoother. So
Following Saturday, I was up there. They came close to filling the parking lot, but not the additional parking that he needed, the standard lot. He must have had probably 20 people directly in the parking cars. They had signs made, ready to be posted on Mountain Road. Many of them that would direct people to try and offset that delay on Mountain Road. We didn't have to use them, but he was prepared. He had staff to put those signs out, standing by. It went flawlessly, it went very well. I do truly believe that the situation that was up there was specific to that weekend and made worse by the rain the prior 2 weekends. So that's like that perfect 100-year storm. When he doesn't expect it to be that bad in the future, but if so, he's made preparation. He is going to be clearing another apple orchard somewhere in that location to make that additional parking. Hasn't been done yet, but it'll be done by spring, he said. But the corn maze was an easy cut, and he had that ready in 24 hours. So I don't expect there to be more problems, but on the heavy weekends, when he knows they're going to be heavy based on historical data, he's going to hire additional officers. That will be every weekend that he's open, but that's his plan.
yeah, they did make a lot of signs. Erica made a bunch of signs up to, if we had to go up on the road, instead of the officer stopping and talking to each car, which stopped traffic, could be just like follow the sign, follow the sign, follow the sign, and that would take them to Sunnyweed, which is their overflow parking, and then from there they would transport them up. But I don't even know if they got to that point this week. So, I mean, it's still an inconvenience for the residents that live around there. Don't get me wrong, right? There's still hundreds and hundreds of cars coming in on an hourly basis. They're coming in and out. They did tell us it isn't 5,000 tickets. They don't have 5,000 cars. It's a lot of rumors that goes on. But, you could have hundreds of cars coming in and out constantly. So it is an inconvenience to the residents that live around there. But we're trying to make the best of a situation that we can. And I think the Weeds were very receptive to everything we asked them to do, and they actually did it. So at this point, we're going to just keep monitoring it. So,
Thank you.
yep. Anybody else? All right, then. Correspondence. So I got a few correspondence today. So first one is we seem to be getting some activity of members wanting to join our CAC committee. Danielle had posted on our website today. The head of the CAC, Mickey Simonowski, asked us to put something out there. The only thing I would ask you to change, Danielle, is don't direct them to my office, but direct them to Mickey, and we could post her email address to get in touch with them, because that's pretty much what I did to the two people that asked me today. But then they're going to start to try to have regular meetings. And I had a very good conversation, over an hour conversation, with Janelle Kasarik. I hope I say it right. But very, very nice lady who's new to the town, and she's, very intuitive to this CAC committee, and she wants to help out, and she wants to help out the town in any way she can. I think you guys got forwarded her qualifications, which are immense.
That was a very impressive
Yeah, she
resume.
has a tremendous resume. They're a family that came here. Her husband works at West Point, and she really wants to help out. And she wanted to be here tonight, but she actually is up at the Ulster County Monthly Climate Smart Communities Committee, so she's already kind of getting engaged with this. And the reason I'm going to ask you to appoint her to the CAC committee is because unless she's on the committee, she really doesn't have a voice to represent us up at the county, and she's willing to do stuff with the county, and there's grant monies available at the county for different things that we could look in. So I'm going to ask the board to put Janelle Kasarik on the CAC committee effective immediately, and I just need a motion if you guys are okay with that.
I'll make that motion.
We need a second.
Appoint her.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, she's in, and thank you for stepping up. You want to talk about the big event?
Yeah, so we have Trunk or Treat coming up this Saturday. It is 3:30 to 5:30 in the park, the Clewitt Chance Park. There have been some questions, I think, around town as to why it was moved to the park. I've heard comments and questions to that effect. And the reason that it's moving to the park is actually to expand the event. So it will be larger than last year. I think we have 31 trunks signed up as of today, which our cutoff was 30. So at this point, we're making extra space for trunks, which is a great problem to have. We've also added some additional components to the event. We have a DJ, Soundsational DJ will be there actually donating their time to keep the kids entertained when they're not trunk or treating. We will also have a costume contest that is taking place, I believe, at 5 o'clock. So the kids have to stay till 5 if they want to participate in that contest. And then we're giving out awards for the trunks, for the best trunk, as well as voted on by the people. So it's shaping up to be a very nice event. The time is staggered. Again, it's 3:30 to 5:30 because there is the Meet Me in Marlborough trick-or-treating event in the village of Marlborough. Prior to that event is 2:30 to 4. So there's no issue with people doing that event first and then driving over to the park and getting on the line for the trunk or treat. There will be plenty of trunks, plenty of candy, and plenty of entertainment all the way through that 5:30 end time.
All right. Yep, it's going to be great. The rec committee's doing a great job, and I also have another letter from the rec committee co-chair, Arlette Porpiglia. It says, "Dear Supervisor Corcoran, on October 11th, the Town of Marlborough Recreation Committee decided by unanimous vote to host a Polar Express movie at the Milton train station on December 11th, 2022 for community members. During our meeting, the committee made a decision to charge $10 per attendee. This would include popcorn or a cookie, hot chocolate, and a bell. The decision to charge attendees had multiple reasons. First, to control attendance and cap the event at no more than 50 people. Secondly, to keep the attendees accountable. Lastly, the committee agreed that $10 is a reasonable fee after looking at all the local events and considering this week before we will be hosting the HMA tree lighting, Santa visit, and activities for free of charge. Once our event is approved by the board, Councilwoman Sesha will be working directly with the town on setting up the online ticketing event and to sell tickets. You better get to it."
It's already done.
I know you are. The Recreation Committee is kindly asking the board approval or our paid event to donate the Milton train station at the Milton in December 11, 2022, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. to host the movie. If you have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to contact me directly. The entire Recreation Committee is excited to be able to continue to plan and create events for the town of Marlborough and look forward to the town's decision on approving the event. And that's from a co-chair, Arlette M. Parpiglia. So I need a motion by the board to allow the Rec Committee to use the train station on December 11th, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. And I believe I marked 2 dates in the book, but it's going to be the 11th, right?
Yep.
So I need that motion.
I will make the motion to allow the Rec Committee to use the Milton train station for the Polar Express event on Sunday, December 11th, from 9:30 a.m. until 5:30 p.m.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, so moved. All right. It's official. Okay, so I got a Meet Me in Marlborough.
Hold on. We have to do this. The second part of that is the ticket price, for the board to approve the ticket price.
Yeah. Yeah, I need a motion for the board to approve the agreed-upon price of $10 per participant, which includes popcorn or a cookie, hot chocolate, and a bell. And do I have a motion to approve the charge of $10 per person?
I will make that motion as well.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, so moved. Now you're official. You're good that you reminded me. We do need that. October 24th, this is from Meet Me in Marlborough, the town board report. I think she keeps getting it messed up. She gives it to me on this meeting, but I'll read it on this meeting. Meet Me in Marlborough Event Committee is planning the following upcoming events. Saturday, 10:31, kids and adults trick or treat in the Hamlet of Marlborough. So now they're at 10:31 instead of the same day as us?
10:31's a Monday.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought she was
I don't
having
think
it on
that's correct.
10:29, but she has here 10:31, the actual day of Halloween.
Which is a Monday.
I think that's got to be a typo. Maybe it was copied from last year.
Could be. But they're having it in the Hamlet of Marlborough, and we invite the Marlborough businesses, civic and school groups, and community organizations to participate. Saturday, 11/19, buy local event at the Marlborough Elementary School. We invite community, business, civic, and school groups, not-for-profits, to participate in the event. On Saturday, 11/12, 12 p.m., grand open ribbon-cutting ceremony. We invite the town board members and community residents to join us in support of local and welcome Tina Fino, owner of From My Heart to Your Table, with her amazing new business in the town of Marlborough. So that was the one I think I forwarded to you guys. I can't attend that. If anybody's able to attend, I know legislator Corcoran's going to be able to attend, but if anybody from the board can, it's on 11/12 at 12 p.m. Yeah, she has 10:30 in there.
She-
So they must have changed it.
Oh, that's a different event. That's why. That's the Halloween parade in Milton is different than yeah. Is that what it says? Or did she make a typo there?
She says 10:31, kids and adults trick or treat in the Hamlet of Marlborough.
Yeah, so she must have just mixed up the dates, I would say.
So, all right, and then I got one last one, which is not a good one, but it's from Anthony Pagano, October 7th, 2022. Dear Mr. Alonji, I'm writing to notify you of my resignation from my position as an MEO at the Town of Marlborough Highway Department. My last day will be Friday, October 21st, which means he's already done, 2022. I enjoyed being part of the highway crew, but feel that this new job change will help me and my family in the future. I do want to thank you for the opportunity for working with you. Sincerely, Anthony Pagano. So, Anthony got another job, and like he said, it's better for him and his family, so good luck to him, and we're going to miss him because he was a big part of our crew, and we have a really good crew, so good luck. All right, that's all I got for correspondence. So public comments, anybody got any further comments from the public? Anybody? Mark?
Just a quick one on Vanderwater, is there an annual cap that you put on expenditures or no?
Well, we have a budgeted amount in our budget, but we take that from the average use that we use from year to year. I have to pull it, I have to get it for you later. I have to pull it out, but yeah, I want to say it's in the 25,000 range or so, but I don't want to say it right off the top of my head. I'll get you the number though. So, but yeah, All right, so then we're going to go on to resolutions. And the first one, obviously, is to adopt the 2023 final budget. I know we all met, we went over this. Just to give the public an update from the preliminary to the final, our final budget rate increase is 1.06%. So pretty good, actually. Just to give you some highlights of what changed, instead of using $180,000 in the fund balance, we used only $150,000. Let's go down the list here. So highway DA fund reduced from $6,000 to $5,000. That's the brush and weed. Reduced line DA 5110-400, $300,000 to $295. This is for paving the roads. So we saved a little there. Health insurance. So this went from $231 on the highway side to $190, and that's because we had John, the superintendent, on that side of the equation, which he's now on the general side. So it's basically, you're going to see on the bottom, we just put his insurance cost on the general side. So that went from $231 to $190. Reduced sidewalk use this year from repair from $20,000 to $10,000. And on the general side, like I said, we reduced the fund balance use of $180 to $150. We put in the fees that we're collecting for the pier, and we were conservative. We just put $30,000. We know we're probably going to collect a little more than that, but we're just going to be conservative for now, that $30,000 in revenue. And this was the big one that really hurt us. The ban on the pier, the interest rate went from 1.77% to 4.78%. And so that's $52,239 now, just in interest. If you took that, and we didn't have that in our equation, our budget would be 0.60%. So that tells you how much of a difference that ban interest rate means. So when the Fed keeps changing the interest rates out there right now, and you don't think it affects you, this is where it affects you directly. It affects in your tax. We go from a 0.6% increase to a 1.06% increase. So it does affect you. And take that $52,000, that's a highway operator's salary for the year. So we could actually have hired or paid for a worker. We're just paying interest, $52,000. So don't want to keep going on that, but that's what really hurt us. So the server safety, we had to increase our server safety $7,000. We got to buy a program for server safety this year. This is for a lot of the fraud that's going on out there now, and it's cybersecurity safety. And we got asked by our insurance company that we strongly recommend that we get this, and so did our IT personnel. So we actually added that in. And then the health insurance, like I said, we added that John's insurance back onto the general side. And then we gave the planning board and the zoning board a slight raise too, so that everybody got a raise. So what does this mean for the taxpayer? It means on a $400,000 home, it's $37.04 of an increase. A $300,000 home, it's $27.78. For a $200,000 home, it's $18.52, and for a $150,000 home, it's $13.89. So it is a small increase, but we believe it's an increase that we needed to do. And Mark, I could give you all this information. So, but does the board have any other questions or concerns? All right, then let's get into it. So, Resolution 84 to adopt the 2023 final budget. Supervisor Corcoran proposes the following. Whereas the town board of the town of Marlborough duly held a public hearing on the 2023 budget. So I'm going to make a motion to And the 2023 budget, not the 2022 budget. Yeah, so it should be the 2023 budget on October 10th, 2022. And whereas said hearing was duly advertised and held in appointed time and place, and all persons interested in subject thereof were given the opportunity to be heard, and whereas the town board of the town of Marlborough desires to adopt the 2023 final budget, now therefore be resolved that the 2023 final budget hereby adopted and moves for its adoption.
Yes.
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 Yes, and thank you guys for all your help and input, and to Christine Pulliam for her undying work on this, because she spent hundreds of hours on this, so thank you, Christine. Resolution number 85 to transfer funds. So this is one of those times we got to transfer funds to close out, and this time it's for the South Pier project. So this is the last payment from the general fund to pay off the pier project. And that's because we got the $313,000 in the grant money, so we got to close out this account. And it's a lot of money, but we knew this was coming. Supervisor Corcoran proposes the following: whereas the town board needs to approve the transfer of funds, and whereas the South Pier project has a balance due in the amount of $119,872.61, and whereas we need to transfer $119,872.61 from the general fund balance A.0200 to the South Pier Capital to close the South Pier Capital Project, H22.0200. Be it resolved that the town board and the town of Marlborough hereby approves the following transfer of funds: to transfer $119,872.61 from the general fund balance A.0200 to the South Pier Capital Project Fund, H22.0200, and moves for its adoption.
Yes.
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 Yes. Okay, guys, so this is the time Eddie likes to speak.
Real quick, move for an adjournment.
I need a second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Aye. Thank you all.